A film set, London, 1964. The lights are blazing, cameras are ready, 50 crew members are standing by, and in the middle of it all, a director raises his hand and strikes an old man across the face. The set goes dead silent. Every single person freezes, nobody moves, nobody breathes, because nobody knows what to do, except one man. He is standing 12 feet away, 6'2", jaw locked, eyes cold as Edinburgh steel. He does not yell, he does not hesitate. What he does next takes less than 10 seconds, and it ends a career before the day is over. His name is Sean Connery, and this is not the story of James Bond. This is the story of the man behind the legend, the boy from the slums who never forgot where he came from, and never once let the powerful abuse the powerless in front of him. Not once. The setup. But that wasn't even the shocking part. To understand what happened on that set in 1964, you have to go back, way back, to a 2-room flat in Fountainbridge, Edinburgh, to a world without heat, without money, without a single guarantee of tomorrow. Let me tell you. Act 1. The Boy from Fountainbridge, Edinburgh. 1930s. The streets are cold, the walls are damp, the air smells like coal smoke and poverty. Thomas Sean Connery is born on August 25, 1930. His father is a factory worker. His mother cleans houses for other people. They share a flat so small you can touch both walls with your arms spread wide. There is no silver spoon. There is barely a spoon at all. At age 9, Tommy Connery gets his first job. He delivers milk before school, every morning, dark, freezing Edinburgh mornings. He is 9 years old and he is already working. At 13, he quits school entirely. The family needs money, not tomorrow, now. He takes whatever work he can find. Laboring, laying bricks. Then something that would haunt him for the rest of his life. Polishing coffins. He spends hours making dead men's boxes shine. He is 14 years old. He joins the Royal Navy at 16, thinking it is his way out. 2 years later, he is discharged. Stomach ulcers. The sea spits him back onto the Edinburgh streets with nothing but a discharge paper and a thin coat. He is 18. No education, no trade, no path forward. He sits in that Edinburgh flat for 3 days, does not go out, does not speak, just sits with the silence of a man calculating what is left. The answer is not much, but it is something. It is him, his body, his stubbornness. The same quality that got him through the coffin workshops and the frozen milk rounds. The thing poverty could not take because it was built from poverty. But here is the thing about men forged in real poverty. They do not collapse. They adapt. Connery goes back to laboring, back to the grind. He takes a job as a lifeguard, then a lorry driver, then a steel bender. He tries everything. He refuses to stop. And through all of it, one thing stays constant: his body, his mind, his absolute refusal to be broken. Act 2. The Pivot, 1953. London. Connery is 23 years old. He has been lifting weights obsessively. His physique is extraordinary. A friend tells him about the Mr. Universe competition. He enters. He doesn't win, but he places. And more importantly, while backstage at the event, he hears about something else entirely: auditions for a London stage production of South Pacific. He walks in with 0 experience, 0 training, and 0 connections. They give him a minor role, then a chorus part. He watches every actor on that stage with the focus of a man who has spent his whole life learning how to survive by paying attention. And something shifts inside him. The stage doesn't scare him. Nothing scares a man who polished coffins at 14. He studies, he reads, he absorbs everything he can. His thick Edinburgh accent is unrefined, raw, rough around every edge. Drama coaches tell him to soften it. He listens carefully. And then he keeps it exactly as it is, because he understands something they don't. Authenticity cannot be manufactured. You either have it or you don't. Within a few years, he starts landing small television roles, then film work, bit parts mostly. Nobody is calling him a star, but nobody is sending him back to the milk rounds either. He is building, quietly, relentlessly. Act 3. The Set, 1964. Now we go back to where we started. London. A film set, 1964. Connery is already Bond by now. Dr. No came out in 1962. From Russia with Love in 1963. He is not just a star, he is a phenomenon. But on this particular day, he is working on a separate project, a smaller production, and on the cast is an elderly character actor, a veteran, a man who has been working in British film and theater for decades, a man who deserves respect. The director is not a man known for patience, he is known for his temper. On set, he has always been able to get away with it, because nobody pushes back. Because in 1964, the director is God on a film set and everyone else is just trying to keep their job. The veteran actor fumbles a line, once, then again. The director's jaw tightens, his face goes red, he steps forward, and he strikes the old man across the face, open palm, in front of the entire crew. The old man does not fall, but he shrinks. His shoulders drop, his head goes down. 70 years of dignity compressed into one moment of public humiliation. He does not look up, he does not look at anyone, he simply stares at the cobblestones beneath his feet. That is the moment Connery sees, not the strike, the shrinking. The set goes silent. 50 people. Not one of them moves. Cameras are still. Nobody breathes. Because this has happened before on other sets, with other directors, and everyone has always looked away. Not today. Connery is standing 12 feet away. He has watched the whole thing. His face does not change. There is no dramatic expression, no performance. Just a quiet, cold lock in his eyes. He walks over, not fast, not slow, with the measured pace of a man who has already decided what is going to happen. He stops directly in front of the director. He says nothing for a moment, just looks at him, and when he finally speaks, his voice is low, controlled, absolute. He tells him it is done, the director's day on this set is finished. He is to leave, now. The director laughs, he starts to argue. He asks who Connery thinks he is. Connery does not raise his voice. He does not repeat himself. He simply turns to the producer standing 20 feet away and makes clear that either the director leaves or Connery does. And if Connery leaves, the film ends today. The producer looks at the director. The director leaves. The entire crew watches in silence. Nobody cheers. Nobody claps. Because what they have just witnessed is not a scene from a movie. It is something they have never seen before on any set they have ever worked. A man at the peak of his power using that power to protect someone with none. Act 4. Where it comes from here is where it gets even more important. Connery never talks about this incident publicly, never takes credit, never turns it into a story about himself, because for him it is not a story. It is just what you do. This is the thing about men who come from real hardship. They remember. They remember being the one without power. They remember watching people with authority abuse those without it, and nobody doing a thing. They carry that memory like a stone in the chest. Connery carries it his whole life. On every set. In every negotiation. In every room where someone powerful decides to remind someone powerless of the difference between them. He never forgets. And he never looks away. By the mid-1960s, he is the biggest male film star on the planet. The Bond franchise is generating numbers nobody in the industry has ever seen. And the studio is paying him a fraction of what he is worth. Not because they don't know his value, because they believe he will accept it. He doesn't. He walks away from Bond in 1967. Turns down millions. The studio cannot believe it. Stars do not walk away from guaranteed money. That is not how it works. It works that way for Connery. He will not be owned. He will not be a product. He left Edinburgh with nothing, and he is not afraid of going back to nothing if that is what standing on principle costs. It never costs him that. But he is always prepared to pay. Act 5. The long game. Years pass. He works steadily, takes roles that interest him, turns down roles that don't, never chases, never begs. He remains completely himself in a business built on getting people to become whoever the money needs them to be. He is told he is too old, too rough, too Scottish, too unwilling to play the game. He keeps working. 1987. The Untouchables. He plays Jim Malone, an aging, worn-out cop who refuses to be corrupted in a city rotting with corruption. The role is not a stretch. It is simply Sean Connery. The Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor, 1988. He is 57 years old. He accepts the award the way he accepts everything, without ceremony, without tears, with a quiet nod that says this is exactly how it was always going to go. Backstage, a young journalist asks him what it feels like to finally be recognized by Hollywood after all these years. He pauses, looks at the journalist, and says he has not been waiting for Hollywood to recognize him. He has been working. There is a difference. The journalist writes it down, thinks it is a quote. It is not a quote. It is just the truth. And then, People magazine, 1989. Sexiest man alive. He is 59 years old. He does not care about the title, but the world needs to understand what it means. The sexiest man alive is nearly 60, has a thick Scottish accent, never tried to be anything other than exactly himself, and has spent 40 years in an industry that rewards fakery while remaining completely, stubbornly, impossibly real. That is the lesson. The final chapter. He retires quietly. Nassau, Bahamas. He has earned peace, and he takes it without apology. October 31st, 2020. Sean Connery passes away in his sleep. He is 90 years old. The tributes come from everywhere, from presidents and prime ministers, from every actor who ever followed him through the door he kicked open, from directors, writers, crew members, and from ordinary people who never met him but understood something essential about who he was. He was not celebrated because he was James Bond. He was celebrated because Bond was him. The confidence was real. The refusal to bend was real. The cold, quiet authority that had nothing to do with a costume or a script, that was forged in the cold Edinburgh mornings, in the coffin workshops, in the Navy discharge offices, in every room where someone told Tommy Connery he was not enough. He was always enough. He was more than enough. The legacy. Today, actors study his walk, his stillness, the way he fills a room without trying to fill a room. Drama schools analyze his vocal projection, his economy of movement, the way he makes silence louder than dialogue. 7 James Bond films, billions at the box office across a 60-year career. A generation of leading men who built themselves on the foundation he laid. But the real legacy is not on any screen. It is in the story of a man who watched a director raise his hand against someone who could not defend himself and walked forward. No hesitation, no calculation, no thought of what it might cost him. Just a man from Fountainbridge who never forgot what it felt like to have no power, and never once used his power any other way than this. Imagine a black and white photograph. Sean Connery on a film set, mid-1960s. He is in a dark suit, not a tuxedo. No props, no performance. He is standing completely still, looking slightly off camera. His jaw is set. His hands are loose at his sides. He looks like a man who has already decided every important thing there is to decide and is simply waiting for the world to catch up. Class is permanent. Grit is forever. If this story moved you, subscribe. Hit the bell. Leave a comment below telling us the moment you decided to stop asking for permission, and share this with someone who needs to hear it.